And we are back for another year of Toku. Happy New Year, everyone. It is now 2025. As always, this is Half Hour Henshin, and I am one of your hosts, Sleepy Witch, joined by.
DJ Azure, the 2.5D Hero Talk Tuber.
Well, we got the Vlam debut to talk about for the new year.
Yep, yeah, like as I've brought up twice so far. New Year is normally a time for there to be a turning point in Kamen Rider. And yeah, our turning point is that Lage 9 is now fully in as Vlam.
Whew.
Ooh.
So I do like the suit a bit more now that I've seen it in action.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's how a lot of these like works. Like, I don't like how that looks, and then you see it actually like, oh,
and
this
they're
is cool.
still and they're still not like my favorite suits like design wise, but they're
Mm.
good. I've been enjoying them in general.
Yeah,
I do love
what?
finding
Yeah,
out that the little thing on his ears were like pudding
yeah.
spoons.
I didn't realize that either. Like when I first saw it, I'm like, oh, cool. He has a headset. But when I realized that he has like antenna from the spoons, I'm like, huh?
That's a good. It's a good little design pit choice. You know, it's like the
Yeah.
choice to have Valen be like in foil before he like comes out in the suit.
Yep. Ah, man,
I can't
that was so
I
good.
can't fault like the design philosophy because it ends up making a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but yeah,
Yeah.
big setups for this episode. Basically, you know, Sachika's feeling more and more like, hey guys, what's going on? So I'm hoping that she gets more to do soon. So far, that has been my one complaint about Gav is that Sachika's not doing enough. But if it's gonna lead into a storyline where she's like, hey guys, why are you leaving me out? Then
Mm-hmm.
like I'm hoping that's what's happening.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping too. We don't want to have another Renee situation on our hands.
Which is like again, character that like I like both theoretically and like from what we see, but it's like we're just not gonna use them very much. And it's like, damn it. Uh
Yeah.
and so far, been enjoying everything with Gav. Uh I love the setup with this bird. That it's only kidnapping nice people because its setup is like, oh, you helped me out, thank you so much, and then it gets you.
Mm-hmm.
Uh
That was actually a really clever way of doing things.
yeah, because it's like, oh, you helped out you know, and it helps out probably it's like, oh, you helped out this nice lady. This isn't that nice? Doesn't it feel like are you happy for this?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like you get got. In addition, I love the bird design that he's got like a beak on the Gav on his stomach too. Uh,
Yes.
fun creature designs. But you know, I also love that going back to Sachika, that is such a like gal thing to do of like, oops, did not charge my phone.
Yeah. It's like I always have like four chargers on me, so it's like I make sure I always have a phone charged.
I
But
know, but
yeah,
it's just really funny that like especially because it was like the phone just cuts off and you're like, oh shit, is she in danger? And
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
no, her phone ran out of battery.
Yeah, I thought it was just gonna like smash cut to her to her getting pressed by the bird. That's what I thought it was gonna happen.
Honestly, I'm with you, but no, it was a lot funnier than that. I love that they show up and first we're starting to see Hanto like, oh, why didn't you go after the Grand New? It's like, well, because I didn't want to put Sachika in danger. He's like not thinking about other people and saving people. He's thinking about killing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's intense. Yeah, he's getting crazier and like you're talking about this right before like there's a tweet talking about how Honto's hair has been getting darker throughout the series. I mean, sure, it could just be like the hair dye going out, but I mean, it could be intentional.
Yeah, and one of the things is in that same thread, people were talking about how this is the same thing that happened with Tycoon when he was having his like darker arc. His hair kind of progressively started getting darker.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but it was like done like honestly with progression that like I didn't notice until it was pointed out. You see pictures of them like next to each other from his first like debut writer episode, and you're like, oh yeah, it used to be a lot lighter.
Yeah, it's like one of those videos that you'd see online. It's like, those 30-second videos of like showing off a simple magic trick where it's like, oh, yeah, it's like this. And then, but there's like a Rubik's Cube that was supposedly solving itself. And you watch it a second time, like, oh, I see what they did here. They made it gradually change.
Yep. But really cool. And then, we get the Lage 9 Henshin. Uh Again, I do love the use of like the cup is on him. Uh and it gets like pudding. I love that the spoons come out and like dig him out. The spoon headset is like honestly, it's again design wise, it's a cool touch. I like it.
Hmm.
Uh and then he
Yeah,
immediately just schools on them.
yeah. Just I mean, like you have to make the villainous rider look really cool and strong,
And
but
it's Mhm.
also his regular fit. Once again, Gav with the fits, and yeah, we
Yeah,
see
he
him
looks
in
he looks
this like
fantastic. I've seen other people be like, "Bro, you're supposed to be an assassin, not a model."
I yeah. Oh, also talking about a model, his height, the meme of like, dude, what are you doing? The Lakers need
Yeah,
you.
Lock A9, you need to quit Stomach Inc. The Lakers need you. I love that. I love that tweet. But the other thing is, we get his introduction right after we see Gav and Valen have some of the best teamwork they've had so far.
Oh man, that was
The kicking Gummy to like jump him up in the air, the like combo moves, like they're working together perfectly, only to get like interrupted.
yeah.
And then again, we're seeing the breaks in their mentality. Lagan 9 shows up and transforms, you know, immediately Shoma's like, "Oh my god, are you on our side? He's a Granute, of course he's not." And
Yeah,
oops.
and like you pointed out, all three of their and you were telling me this before we started. Yeah, you were pointing out all three of their undersuits. Like there's a matte black for just straight up common rider
For like human
yeah,
rider.
yeah, for a human rider. And then we have Login 9, who's just all in this very shiny like spandex material. And then we have Gav, you were pointing out, that has like a matte material for the black on his suit, like Valen's, and has a shiny silver like spandex, like Vlam.
Yep, because he's half and half.
Yeah.
Yeah, in
So he's
general,
just getting caught between these two worlds, and it's like, he's firmly on the side of like, making sure he's against Stomach Inc. But the fact that he's still hiding it from Honto is kind of intense, and
yep,
it
and
still
again,
hasn't blown up yet.
and it's making and it's been the setup. I like the tension. And
Hmm.
again, talking about how just like the design philosophies for the characters just work really well.
Hmm.
Uh, but then again, we get into the disrespect. Oh my god, dude. Vlam coming out like double kicks him into the like slide into pose. I thought he was gonna kick him for a third time. I thought the slide was like a combo move. It's like, no, I gotta hit the like squat. And then
Yeah.
he sits on him.
Yeah. Oh man. Like,
And
and
then
then after
Gav
that, like,
comes in, the
yeah, he,
sword, like we use the sword against you, and then the deflecting the bullet. Like everything about that scene was like fantastic. Like he was so menacing.
yeah. What's also crazy too is that, like, even though he's like doing these effortlessly cool like moves, like he's like Vlam is also like kind of like stumbling and like kind of rough with his movements too. Like it's crazy, just like all that raw power he has.
Yep. And like the main setup is like we have the main setup because there is some stuff about Vlam at this point, or as Login 9, that is like suspicious. At the very beginning, he gets arrested for trying to like steal the sweets, and we're like, oh, okay, he wants the sweets. But
Hmm.
like he started getting some, and he seemed to like not give a shit.
Yeah.
I think he's been the first Granite we'd seen to get dark treats and not like immediately eat them.
Yeah, that
And
is
he's
true.
like been really specific about wanting to get close to I forget what the oldest brother's name is, Longo?
Yeah, Longo.
Longo, he like really wants to get close to Longo, and now him and Niev are teaming up. And Niev being like, I like it when you use your real personality when you're like a shittier dude.
Yeah.
Which
Uh,
honestly might be like a theme parallel with Shoma. Shoma can't be as strong as he is because he's not being honest with himself, and Vlam is being honest with Niev, and that's why he's powering up, even if his being honest is like shittier or whatever.
yeah. Man, I don't think we've seen like any like other power ups been have been leaked yet, have they?
No, I think we know that it's gonna be like sorbet.
Oh yeah, true, true, true.
We have some stuff like that, and we still know we got to deal with like Bitter Gav, which I don't know
Hmm.
if that's gonna be like another guy or if that's gonna be like you know what I mean, like a hazard form.
Yeah,
Because I don't think we have that like confirmed. Uh,
we haven't seen that yet. But what's also like kind of fun about this is that luckily for us is that there was no winter movie, which basically means that we're not missing out on anything this time.
yeah,
Um, but talking about movies,
we got to watch the Boon Boongers movie because before we move on from it, you know, we had just an Ultraman recap episode.
yeah.
We've already talked about the episodes, so the only real thing to talk about is the preview for next week's Ultraman arc. Uh, oh my god.
What? Yeah, what? Were the past 16 years a lie? Were they all an illusion? What the heck is going on?
Yep, and it's like the dream descends. Wild.
Yeah,
Honestly,
but with what's her name? That one villain showing up again right at the end, like with her back turned, like she has something to do with it. So it may just be like literally he's reliving. He's living like an alternate dream of some sort from a kaiju. That's
yep.
that's
It's
what
like
I'm assuming.
yep, and it's called like the descending dream. Something's going on, but just like we left on like, hey, the entire city exploded, and we also see like them, you know, grabbing his hand out of what looks like the rubble. So obviously,
Yeah.
I don't think it's really like everything's been fake, but that's a wild thing to give us after we've been gone and we only got a recap.
Yeah, yeah, because we had a week off, so like, oh man, what is going on?
But yeah,
Ugh.
we watched the Bakage Sentai Boon Boonger Promise Circuit movie. Uh, just that we are kind of in the right headspace too. I went and looked at where exactly this takes place on the timeline. So it's
Mhm,
between episodes 20 and 21. Episode 20 specifically being the one where Mira's boyfriend comes back to try to
mhm.
win her back. And episode 21 is the 119
That makes sense. Why we didn't see
episode.
119 of this? Yeah,
Yes. So it was right before 119.
yeah.
So,
Man, so
first of
so so what's actually funny about this is that because this was like done right before Future Daybreak, it was a double feature, which basically means that this was very compressed. It was 30
yes.
minutes. It was basically an episode, and it went by so fast.
Yeah, it did. When you were talking about like, oh, let's watch the movie, I was like, I hope I have time for it. When I downloaded it, it was like, oh, this is 30 minutes. Yeah, it's like an episode.
Yeah, but we'll get into why I made sure you watch this before this.
I mean,
Okay, she shows up right in the beginning of the episode. So yeah, if you've seen the final lap posters, you've probably noticed a very peculiar like pendant. Um, and we said this before because we were waiting for Promise Circuit to come out so we can understand why. But yeah, it's Princess Nicola Kidor's pendant who
yep.
shows up.
Who is
So
like
yeah,
in this movie as like a main character. Uh, First of all, again, another great outing for the Sans Eaters.
yes,
They were delightfully funny. They were real good during this movie.
yep. We also got our Days of Thunder reference. I mean Damon Thunder.
Yeah, same. Yeah, Demon Thunder, Days of Thunder. Again, they have to be like fast movie puns. Uh, we also got a big the movie six ranger roll call that included Bundario and Bundi.
Yep. And we'll get a little bit more into Sakito in this movie in a little bit when we get to the end of this movie. You know exactly what I'm referring to.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
but
but
I mean, the setup on like the Boon cars were taken because the whole circuit was made into an auto monster was really cool. I also just kind of like that, like, oh hey, this was another of like the commanders that we're dealing with. So it did feel like here's like an elevated threat. You know, this is guy who's gonna be on the equivalent of like Mad Rex, Disrace, or any of them.
yes. But yeah, like the whole thing is that Nicola Kidor wants to Princess Nicola Kidor wants to what's it called Oh man,
She's
yeah,
escaped. Her planet's
she's
taken over by the Hashalians, and they want her turned over. And this is
Mhm.
also where we see some of the first like, is the ISS evil? Because they're like, oh yeah, we should just hand her over, and so they have to go against that for this movie.
Mhm.
In addition, going back because I wanted to check and make sure, we also don't find out about oh god, Orange. We don't find out about Gemba
Oh
being an
yeah.
alien until episode 26.
Mhm.
So, if you notice throughout this movie, any time that it was mentioned that like, oh hey, you're a princess whose world was taken over by the Hashalians and you're trying to, fight back and get your father back, you would see Genba, he would just make like a face.
Mhm.
And it's like, oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Because I had to go back and make sure because it's like, this movie came out so long ago comparatively for us.
Yeah, it was the summer movie, so yeah. But we did get some cool changes in this movie. So they basically had to like show off like Joe slamming slamming the changer on the floor, and some other things like that too. Yeah.
The cool setup to me was that we got to see like Mira drive a bunch.
Yes. Yeah,
So the
and
setup as her driver was pretty cool.
hmm yeah, which is always important because like she has been set up to like be like the next driver.
Or to be the driver.
Oh
They
yeah.
all have like their different roles, and she's the driver. So it was cool that she got to get in the car and drive. I also love that like whenever Sagito and Bundi saved them, it's like, hey, that seems pretty intense for BBG practice. As always, this man has no idea what's going on.
Yeah. But we also did get some adorable Shirabe moments because Shirabe
She was
fawning over.
really winning this movie. From getting like the like Bundario thinks she's cool because she wants to go get the ISS, to when they get knocked out, she gets to like wake up in his arms. And I love that scene of the like, oh my god, I must be dreaming, and Shashira's like, you're not, and like the like little like beauty filter immediately falls off, and it's like, oh god,
Yeah.
there's someone else here.
Yeah, like if it sounds like we're jumping around a lot, it's because this movie's really compressed.
The movie's really short.
Yeah, and
I love
and,
that they had like the YouTuber at the beginning, and when he leaves, he's like, "Is this all the screen time I get?" Me too, buddy. That would be me in a Sentai movie.
yeah. Also we do get to see Mira reiterate like her role as like the heart kind of like telling Princess hey you should also take your own wheel.
Yeah,
Like
like this the whole bit on the Boon Boonchers is that they're like, you should take action that you want to see in the world.
mhm.
I no. So anyway, I really like this one. It was very cute. It was wholesome. I also like that like the outfit they went for the princess was like pastel tech wear.
Mhm.
I know you're a big fan of tech wear, so I'm sure you liked it. But I was just like, oh, that's cute. You know what I mean? It's not like a dress, not like an anything. It's like a very kind of like modern outfit. Which
Yeah.
again kind of makes sense with also is how Sakito dresses if he's been in space.
Yeah. Also, but yeah, we get and we also do get some like wacky moments too, like what's it called, uh we have Genba doing his normal procurement thing, except he basically has a sign saying that, oh yeah, all the cars need to go in for a pit stop.
Yep, because the big auto monster for this is the circuit itself, and all the Boon Boon cards were on it, so it gets to control them. I again continuing with the like fantastic monster designs, the circuit design for the auto monster.
Yes.
I was not like the biggest fan of Demon Thunder. He was okay, he was fine, but like the circuit auto monster looked fucking sick.
Yeah. What's also really cool about this too is that like what's it called, uh it almost feels like a preview for the champion Boon Boonger.
Yep.
Using the cars, yeah.
I mean, it
But
might have been. It might have been something they were already thinking about. I was so used to them having champion that when they went into the fight, I'm like, oh, they're gonna transform, and I'm like, oh wait, no,
yeah.
that's not here yet.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we actually do get a six. We actually do get a six-person change, which is also really funny too because this is happening like right after they defuse the main threat of the movie, which is a nuke heading towards Earth.
Which Chashiro just was hacking. Which
Yeah,
I like how everyone
Hack
got to
people
do
from
something.
the world. Yeah, yeah.
Everyone got to do something like that was related to their strength.
Mhm.
Taya was 1v1ing a guy. Mira was driving to keep people safe. Sakito comes in for the clutch save. Gendo
Yes.
procured something. Joe was also 1v1 someone. And then Shoshiro was just off to the side trying to break into the nuke, without even like really saying anything. He just told Shirabe to like help him when she woke up.
Yeah. But yeah, it was really cute because like like you brought up, like Boon Boon was telling Bundi to like also join in on the roll call.
It was cute. It was a like funny setup. And then at the end, we get her going back to her planet, with the nuke as a rocket instead.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I do love, because one of the things I was wondering is like, okay, she's going back to her planet, but like this girl did not like fight at all or like did anything. Like, is anyone gonna help her? And then Mira gives her changer, and I'm like, oh, that's so cute, that's so nice. And I love how it ends on a bit where Taya's like, I don't know, maybe I'll make you a new changer. And then everyone else is like, thank you for your service, Mira, you were great. It's just like, wait a minute, can I have that back? Sorry, it's already been passed on.
Yeah, even Nicola gets in on the bit too. It's so funny, and Chachiro's like, "Oh, well, things will be quiet." It's so funny.
It was just such a good little bit of like, I was like, you could just give that away.
Yep. And then we break the fourth wall with saying, "Hey, why don't we end this on a high note?" And hey, it looks like the summer movie actually gave everyone what they actually wanted.
Yep. Sakito is finally in the fucking ending song. Let's go. To be fair, I saw that once like the summer movie had like gotten subs and people had seen it, they were like, you mean they could have just been using this for the ending the whole time? And I could not disagree more. At this point in time, I fucking love that they just like, they keep editing him in a different way, and it's always so fucking random.
Yeah.
Like, it's always so out there. I just, at this point, like, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like the next level of like when they added what's it called? When they added the Six to Dawn brothers, and when they do the like slide in, he just slides it at the top, even though that doesn't make any sense. Like, it feels like an extension of that. Like, we're just doing some dumb shit.
Yeah.
And like, there's someone whose job is just to edit Sakito to every ending every week, and they're like, just do it differently every time.
Yep.
So honestly, fantastic.
Yeah. It was a fun movie. So yeah.
But then, basically with that setup, we got the newest episode of Boon Boongers. I mean,
oh man. So
again, we had a whole episode with Shirabe winning. The episode like starting with her and her coworker and her telling her like, nothing's wrong, don't worry about it. Even though we know that she's been working with the leader and the Hashalians, like I was like, damn, fuck stuff. This sucks.
yeah, it's whew. Oh man, but yeah, we finally like we always look forward to. We get some silly New Year's outfits for the Sandseeders.
We do. We also get a good outfit for Mira, and I love that it starts off with her doing like the New Year's calligraphy. Especially since one of the things it's like we found out is that Mira's like super multi-talented. She's got all these jobs, all these skills.
She does that, and then oh man, and then what was it? The New Year's money, I believe, was the auto monster this week.
He was a treasure chest, and he stole the New Year's money from the Hashalians at the beginning.
The Sunseeders can't catch a break.
They really can't. They can't even get their money for their like regular items. But again, the setup of it being a treasure chest, the Sunseeders get their stuff stolen, and we get something I wasn't expecting: a Chashiro betrayal arc.
Yeah. Like, is it gonna stick this time?
Is it a real betrayal? Because like they seem to be like 2 episodes ago you were like, I'll never betray you.
Yeah, and Taya actually looks shocked at this time. So
yep. And again, like the main thing being on like a relating it to the movie, at the end, Mira gives up her boom changer, but he shows up at the beginning and just gives it up to the monster because it's stealing people's treasures.
Mm-hmm.
And he just gives up the boon changer. And then he just threatens them with a gun.
Yeah. So the only other thing that could be said here for like him doing that to the honor monster was just to like what's it called like get him off the rest of the Boon Boonger's tail, but
Yep.
who knows?
There's a possibility that this is the long con and that Taya knows and everything's like, but you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, it's a setup. He gave up the Boon Changer. He's working
yeah,
with the ISS. Uh,
but
and then
of
we
course,
get, the
yeah,
save.
yeah, we get a save from an Academy Award winning actor. I'm sorry, Academy Award winning movie supporting actor.
Yep. Which again fits into the themes of the treasure chest. Who's here to steal treasure? It's Gokai Blue.
Yes.
Which
Oh
again
man.
also fits with the Chashira leaving because he takes the Boon Booger and like makes the blue boom key.
Yeah, which was so cool. It's like, oh man, and like he is just as flashy. Like people were pointing out that like his jacket still looks just as jacked up as it did because it was a jacket from 15 years ago.
Yep, and
Like,
people are talking about how like he was offered a new jacket, but he's like, no, I want to wear the jacket I made all my memories with. Like, that's
yeah,
so cute. That's so wholesome.
yeah, and like he was basically saying that it's like I really treasured this role I was in, so I want to relive it again. So yeah, like it's like doesn't, and people like were like sharing lots of images of this of like a bunch of like big big actors now that are returning for like Toku stuff. They say yeah, no matter how big you are, you never forget your roots.
It's so
It's such a
cute.
sweet, yeah, yeah.
It's so cute, and I love like he's still got like the same stoic vibe. I'm still only like 5 episodes into Gokaiger. I haven't had time to keep watching too much, but I have basically seen the last episode I saw is his big sword episode where he fought with all the swords. Uh,
Yes.
and he got to do that with the fucking boom axes.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, which is really funny too because he basically just kind of like just kicks them up. It's
So he's like, I'm borrowing these.
yeah. Oh man,
And
and
then we get
yeah.
more Bune Diesel attaching other mechs to himself.
And it's actually kind of cool because I actually did not know about the Gokai Cross, but seeing it in action was actually super cool. I liked it, but I was also joking around with hey guys, look at this! You too can get a Memorial Edition mobile raids with Boon Boonger keys. Did you know that?
Yeah. I mean, hey, I again, I've been enjoying Gokaiger, and I guess this is a good way for me to get the toy now.
Yeah, and it's really funny too, like seeing Bundi like his legs get like have like the little small attachments to it, and then you sent me that meme where someone attached him with like 4 more like legs to him to make
Oh
him
yeah,
like
the
super
the
tall.
extremely tall Bundi. That's also who the Lakers need.
Yeah, and of course we see the Gokai wheel get pulled off in just for just for
Sakuga
the
to put on
changer.
to put on the Game Boy.
Yeah,
Fantastic vibes as always.
always.
But
Oh man.
but yeah, basically, we defeat the bad guys. We get a delivery from a pirate, and it is the necklace from Nikolai,
Mhm.
who has sent this to them for some reason. They don't really like dwell on it, like if this is a good or a bad thing yet, because that's kind of just where the episode ends. That they just got this delivery from Planet Trickle,
Mhm.
uh, and then he dips, and
Yes.
then we get the next episode preview. It's finally time for Taya's dad, father figure, to be known as evil.
Yep. Time for Knight Rider to be shown as evil.
Yep. And so Knight Rider's there, and the fucking those screams will lead to people's happiness. I was like, ooh, you can't say that to Taya.
Yeah. And the title of the episode too being called The Delivery Man Can't Deliver. It's like, oh what?
Yep. And then we're getting first of all, Spinder is finally coming down to fight, and he's gonna be wearing 2 different outfits because he's got the white outfit and the red one. I'm like, damn, he really is out here styling on them.
He really is.
So
I mean when you have a villain based on Michael Jackson, holy crap.
yeah, you really gotta. And so it looks like things are not gonna go well next episode.
Yeah, and not only that, he's also controlling the mech too.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
Spinner's going to control
we
mech.
have another big mech fight. We have what looks like, man, that little scene we get where it's like Champion Red coming, he just blocks the attack like it's like nothing.
Yeah.
Whew. And then it's the setup. This is what Mad Rex is talking about. If you're only that fast, you're never gonna beat the boss.
Mm-hmm.
But also the thing that Chashiro was setting up is like they're gonna make the Boon everyone's enemies. It looks like through some sort of campaign, the Booners are gonna be seen as the bad guys, and now we got Taya finding out his accounts are no longer his accounts. So like, has all his money and shit been taken?
Yeah, it looks like it. So
Everything is going bad.
Like,
You know
what is
what's
this?
the
It's
one
gonna be
thing-
episode 4. It's gonna be episode what, 44, which basically means we have like 4 more episodes left-ish, right?
Yep. The thing that I think would be really funny, just because we've been getting all these cameos, it's the Boon Boongers. It's like everyone thinks we're evil. Who shows up? It is me, the Tyrant King. If you guys are good, then I'll be the evil that protects the people.
Oh my god! If they
Thematically,
did,
that would be a good cameo for him.
it would.
Why the fuck is he here? At least this season is like vaguely space related.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't be the last person I'd expect, but
Yeah. Did we actually get an announcement for Boon Boonger versus King Oger at all, or no?
I don't think so. I don't think I've seen anything official. So,
Yeah, because that's actually something that we're missing.
Yep.
Because we did get King Oger and Dawn Brothers as wacky as that was. Wait, actually, I think those versus movies are normally the winter movie. So yeah, we skipped a winter movie and didn't get that. So
damn. But as always, we'll be here for the next week episode. Seems like things are heating up. Heating up on the final lap and heating up on, I don't know, the second course of whatever snack meal Gav is doing.
yeah, we'll see.
Couldn't come up with something good for that. But we'll be back next week talking about those episodes as always. Thanks for listening. Later.
This program is brought to you by
Our unending love of tokusatsu.
If you enjoyed the show, please be sure to like and subscribe.
And hit the bell for notifications. And if you would like to support us further, consider becoming a patron at our Patreon, Half Hour Henshin.
You can get some exclusive benefits, such as your name in the credits and joining our sticker club. Or, if you want to help with a one-time donation,
You can also find us at Ko-fi at Half Hour Henshin. You can email us with any questions or theories at halfhourhenshin@gmail.com or on Twitter at halfhourhenshin.